Hey y'all, we're Zach and Dylan, and welcome to our channel. Our garden is finally done. I say done, it's not done. We still have a lot of stuff we want to do, but as you can see, it has come a long way. We really buckled down this weekend. We did not get a ton of footage of us actually working, but we did do a lot of stuff, and we're going to kind of show you what that stuff is. We are going to also plant with you guys today. A lot of people were like, are y'all going to actually plant stuff ever in these garden videos? So today is the day. We'll plant some seeds. We're just going to do them directly in the soil, see how they turn out. And then we also couldn't resist when we went to Home Depot the other day. Got tons of plants and veggies that are already established that we'll plant. So come on, guys. Also, you hear that? Yeah, that obnoxious critter is something we got too. We'll have to show you that too. Okay, finally getting some plants in the ground. Like I said, we got some established plants already just because we were impatient. So what we're doing is we installed this drip system. That way we don't have to become a slave to watering. So there's holes in this little system.
They're 6 inches apart.
6 inches apart. So technically these, we read, you want to do about 36 inches apart. A foot's gonna be close enough. We're gonna have a trellis going right here, but for now, we'll just go ahead and get these little bad boys in the ground. So with our raised beds, they're pretty deep. So instead of just wasting a ton of money on soil, we filled the bottom of these with this one I'm planting in right now, actually boxes. We saved some of our boxes from just, from different things, and those are all down here. And then we use sticks, leaves, all kinds of stuff. We actually cleaned up the front yard from the storm we had last week and cleaned all that mess up, put it down here. Kind of over time that will break down and make for good compost. So what we just planted is we have regular sized cucumbers, and then we have pickling cucumbers. So we're going to try to make pickles this year. So
That should be fun.
you think we can fit any more in here?
I mean, it says 6 inches apart. It said 36 inches apart, so.
You don't want to do one like over here?
Well, I said my trellis is going to be triangle shaped, and that'll be on the inside of it. We
That'd
could.
be okay.
I don't have a drip furrow there.
Be all right.
You can do one right here.
Okay.
Maybe one over there.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize it was right there. I'm excited for the jungle vibes that this is going to give me.
Oh, it's going to give you jungle vibes.
Yeah, I'm very excited for all the jungle vibes. This makes me very happy. I got these little garden stakes. So these will be cute. What soil did we get?
from Costco. It was raised bed, like garden soil compost mixture.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it should be good. And then we did get some other soil just kind of as filler. If you go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, you can get a bag of topsoil and compost for like $2. So we did use several bags of those as well, just to try to fill up under the bottom. But we tried to put the good stuff at the top. So that is that. So what kind of trellis are you getting for in here?
It's like a pyramid trellis.
So is it...
So this side, the squash and zucchini will grow on it, and this side, the cucumbers will grow on it.
Well, that'll be neat. Okay. So cucumbers planted. We're just gonna have that one lone cucumber?
Yep. Are you gonna write on the bamboo sticks?
Yeah. Also in our last video, we had talked about how we weren't sure if we wanted treated wood to be right up against the soil that we are using. So you notice we have lined each of our beds with this plastic. That's the ugliest part of the whole thing, especially where I use my spray gun around the sides. I don't know if Martha Stewart would approve of that, but over time we'll add more soil and more things, and that soil is going to build its way up, and that will be completely covered. But it's also protecting the soil from the treated wood, even though somebody's shooting a gun. Even though we read that wood for ground contact supposedly shouldn't really bother or interfere with your vegetables too much. We still didn't want to take the risk, and even just to protect the wood further, we thought the plastic would be a good idea. So we just went around and kind of screwed those in. So, what you think?
We're done.
We're done.
The plants are in the ground.
We are finished. Our plants are in the ground. I do want to say, my mom always wants us to add, make sure people know that y'all don't know how to build stuff. So I think we did a pretty good job for people that don't know how to build stuff. And this is our first time doing like a lot of different types of vegetables. I do think as we were planting, we're like, oh, we're gonna have a ton of cucumbers, and we planted way too many in that bed, but I couldn't stand to waste them, so
we'll give them away.
Yeah, we'll give them away, but I think it'll be a year of learning for us. We by no means know what we're doing. We're trying to figure it out. We read and we watch other YouTubers and things like that, but we are definitely learning. Right?
Yep.
So Dylan, he watches a lot of Laura with Garden Answer, and she does drip systems for everything. We have drip systems that we are going in a later video going to have a faucet hooked up here, like we're gonna make our water line to here in the chicken coop. My stepdad's gonna help us, and we're gonna have we have right now just a hose going through the yard with a drip system, but Dylan's gonna get a timer, so that will be a huge burden taken off of our shoulder. But we got everything in the ground. Let me show y'all what we got. Sweet potato, a husky cherry red tomato, collard greens, which I did not realize this was the time of the year to plant collard greens. And to be honest with you, I still don't even know if it is. I saw them at Lowe's and I bought them. We planted a row of radishes right here. And then we planted a row of carrots right there. And then on that back row where I'm gonna struggle getting to, we did a row of corn. We made these 3 foot wide, and I would say that if you're gonna tackle this, go with 2 feet so you can reach things better. All right. We also went with a bunch of watermelon. So this whole side, that's all we planted because that's gonna get unruly. Other than over here, we have a big beef hybrid tomato and then another little sweet potato vine. Of course, you already saw our cucumber. You saw our zucchini and squash. We have strawberries here. We have jalapenos galore. I grabbed a tray of jalapenos and really only needed like 1, so I don't know why I did that. Marigolds, more jalapenos, and then we also have red bell pepper. I did a row of zinnias back there, and then the lemon boy hybrid tomato. And then over here, chili pepper, bell pepper, another tomato. That's another big boy. We're gonna have so many tomatoes. And then more strawberries, and then jalapeno, Mexi bell pepper, and that's it. Okay, one last thing. Dylan and I are tired. Look at Dylan over there. He's worked so hard. He's tired. I'm tired. So one last thing before we call it a wrap is we're going to show you what we got last weekend and what was making all that noise. Let's go check it out. Also, I just filmed this whole thing and I'm going to redo it now because I did not have it going. But we still got to finish the gate. That will come soon. So many little things, we want to finish up with it. Because a fenced-in vegetable garden or a potager garden does not make much sense if it's wide open. So, that noise you heard earlier, let's go check out what it was. We got a little village of animals happening. So, here's the little ducks. Don't worry, they're going to have a bigger place to live very soon. Then we got our chicken girls over here. Hey, chicken girls. And then for the noise you are hearing, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you may not know. If you do not follow us on Instagram, go follow us on Instagram. But over here, we got guineas. I showed a picture to people at work and they didn't even know what they were. They thought they were turkeys. But last weekend we got 3 guineas and we're excited about that. Originally our plan was to leave room in the vegetable garden to have the guineas. Because the reason we got guineas is they eat bugs. They're really good for vegetable gardens actually because unlike chickens, they don't scratch around and they don't mess with your produce. So at least that's what we heard. That's rumor on the streets. So that is why we got guineas, to eat bugs. That's for Cruella de Vil, the lavender light gray one, that is Ursula, and then the darker one, that is Scar. So they look like villains, they kind of act like villains, so it seemed appropriate to name them villain names. So we got them to eat the bugs. They also supposedly help with snakes and other things like that. They're living in Hey-Hey's first house right now. And the idea is once they get used to this being their home, we'll leave that door open at all times. And we might shut it at night. but they'll wander the yard all day, eat bugs, do their thing, and then come back at night. Guineas are notorious for people buying them, and then they'll let them go and never see them again. So we want to avoid that happening. So they say leave them in a coop for like 8 weeks. We're gonna do one better and leave them. Oh, she said, I'm going up. This is too much for me. Oh, she said, hey. So we're gonna do one better and leave them in there for 3 months, and then let them out and let them explore the world. They're supposed to be easy pets. They're not supposed to, require a lot of attention or even really a lot of food, because they really feed themselves out in the yard. So I'm excited about that. We'll probably incubate some eggs and get some little keats. I think with our colors we have, because typically you just see them in that dark color. And I think with our colors we'll have some pretty cute keats. Keats is a baby guinea. Also, we know we for sure have 2 girls and 1 boy, because the girls make a 2-syllable noise, which is like buckwheat, buckwheat, buckwheat. And then the boys make a 1-syllable noise that is like chee 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 chee. So that's why. When we bought them, we weren't really sure what they were, but since then, we now know for sure. I mean, we kind of had a guess just by appearance that 2 were girls and 1 was a boy, but we're not sure. Ugh. I'm dirty. So, yeah, they were going to be in the vegetable garden, and that's where they're going to live. And I'm glad we didn't, because every morning I wake up and I can hear them making all kinds of noise. So, even now, I think we're still too close to the house. The vegetable garden's there, so that would have been way too close. All right, well, I think I've done enough talking this week. So, if you haven't already, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and give us a like as well. We really appreciate y'all watching, and we hope y'all have a great week.